Hello, making another video finally. So today I want to make a workhorse um, out of some scrap wood that I have. So there's some wood here, some scrap wood that I've got here. I saw them on sale. The workhorse is on sale for less than 20 bucks at Canadian Tire, and I was gonna go grab some this morning. Forgot that I wanted to do it this morning, and I came out to the garage and I saw that I had this stuff from a pony wall that we had inside the basement that we took apart. So now I want to use those to see if I can put one together. Never done it before. Let's see what happens. So I've got my daughter helping me this morning. So I just wanted to let you know that I've taken some of the lumber or pieces of wood out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 for the legs. And you need 2 for the top portion of the workhorse. So we need 6. So I think I have to cut another 1. I was trying to do it without cutting anything. I think I'm gonna have to cut 1. But I have enough to cut. I've got another piece there that's longer than these, so I can cut it down to size. But I'm going to start working on making the top portion of the workhorse first, and then go from there. Okay, so I've got these pieces of wood here, and this longer one here. So this is the top plate of the workhorse. So I'm going to use these here, like that. So I mark the ends with the pencil mark, and I'm going to use a square to make the marks down here, and then on the opposite side, which is really the top of it, so that I know where to put my screws in. So this is going to be sitting like that. I'm going to put the screws in from under and into these pieces. Right, so this is the bottom side where I mark the edge here, and I use the square to go mark on top. Sorry, to mark on top here. This is the original mark. So followed it around on this side and on the other side here, so I can use the square to line up the 2 marks, one on the front, one on the back. And then mark the line. Sorry, doing one-handed. Anyway, so something like that. So this is to know that those other pieces that I showed you before that will be under, I can't put the screws to mount them beyond that line. So it's just to help me. Of course, you could see they're big blocks of wood that would, where they end. You don't necessarily need these lines, just to help me do it. Right, so I will just showing you that and why I'm doing it. So the other side is the same thing. I've got a mark on this side, mark on the back side here. So I will scribe the line here, and then try to screw those bottom plates in. Okay, so here I'm using 2x4s for everything. So just to show you, 2x4s are not actually 2x4s. I think they used to be, but they changed over time. They're 3.5s. So to find the middle mark, which I have here, you'd use an inch and 3/4. So I want that middle line, and then I'm going to center the bottom pieces underneath, so that we're using the screws are going into the meat of the wood in the middle. So I'm going to have to center these pieces have to get these pieces have to get centered, and I want the middle line here across the this whole piece, so that I know where to put the screws into. All right. Okay, so what I did here, I marked the middle line. All right, that goes all the way across this plate, and then I marked where I want to put the screws, and I'm pre-drilling because I've had a lot of wood splitting in my days, so it's hard to just drive the screw straight through and not think that my board is going to split along the grain, which has happened to me a bunch of times. It might not happen this time, but I'm taking my precautions. So what I did, putting this as close to the middle line as I can here, and bring that up, and then the same on this side. Alright, without it moving too much, wiggly. This is where I want the screws to go into, right? So I will also pre-drill this piece for the same reason, so that I don't, if I screw into from here, right, up through here and into the bottom here, that this also doesn't split. So I use those lines, marked them here like that, and then I use the square again to transfer the line from this side to here, 3 spots, and I will mark a middle line, or maybe not, and drill in the middle, pre-drill some holes. I'm just using this bit here, which is I think it's a 3/32. I'm gonna get this open, sorry. Yeah, using the 3/32, and I'm using number 8 screws by 2.5 inches for this part to go through the 2x4 into this part. All right, just because it's giving me some length to go through there. Okay, so I'm going to try that, and then I'll get back to you. Trying to make sure that the drill is straight up and down as possible. Drill walk there a little bit. I'm only going down about as far as here. I don't need the full length because only part of the screw is going in there. So I'm just going to pre-drill. Sorry, I already pre-drilled. I'm going to start setting this screw in the middle. There's one here. The other one's off camera on this side here. So I'm going to set this one a little bit. I don't have clamps, so I don't have that assistance. So I'm going to put this one part of the way in. And hopefully I'll put this piece here, and be able to hold it and get somewhere with it. Actually, what I'll do to make it easier to line up, I will send this screw through to the point where I can see it, and then If I had clamps again, this would be easier. Now if I put this, line this up with this hole here, I can see that my other two holes are not lined up at all. Oh. I'm not sure how I messed that up. Alright, be right back. Okay, so things are lined back up. I just had the wood spun the wrong way. It was this way and it should have been this way. So I'm just going to try and finish driving this screw in. I'm going to do it off camera because I'm not really balanced here. Actually, I could spin this. That's better. Get this last one in here. Here. Alright. So got those going down the middle. This is the top of the workhorse, and this is a part of the seat for the legs. We'll keep going. Alright. So for this next part, I'm going to do a little less calculation, or no calculation at all. We're just going to put the pieces together, pre-drill them, and then set the screws in. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is what we originally put together, this piece and this piece, and now we're going to set these on top. Okay, so we're ending up with like a little bit of an I-beam. I'm using, again, two separate pieces because I'm using wood that I have instead of buying full new pieces. So here again, we're just going to pre-drill straight down, like this. Pre-drill from straight in like that. I'm probably going to see if I have another piece of wood because this has this crack in it, and again, I don't want to make this crack. I want these to last a little while, so I'll pre-drill straight through and then just send the screw in right after, so we don't have to measure too much, just because it takes time to do all that. So normally the time that it takes to measure is worth it for the accuracy, but I think in this particular spot the time won't equal any more accuracy. So we're just lining things up. You can see everything totally fine. Sorry for all that stripping noise. Okay, we're going to do this piece and then we'll start on the legs. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Okay, again, this is the top of the workhorse, and then the spacer or support, whatever you want to call it, and then these bottom plates. The legs now will go in like this, bracing that top plate and like that, and giving you your spacing for your legs. Okay, so I'm gonna send those in and then we'll see what they look like. Alright, so here's what I did. This is our original piece that we made. This is the first leg, and all four of them will be done the same way. So I drilled 2 screws here initially, 1, 2, straight into this plate here, while holding it in place to make sure that this was sitting right up against the top of the top beam. Pre-drilled these holes because they're close to the edge, and then sent them through, and they went into, screws went through here into this board. This is all the same 2.5-inch screws, and this piece is sturdy. Okay, that's the whole thing. It's moving the whole thing there. So I'm going to do the other 3 legs in the same way, and then we'll brace them afterwards in between the 2 legs. Okay, So I've got 2 legs on now, and because I followed the same way of mounting these things under the top plate and beside the bottom plates, they both have approximately the same angle, enough for a workhorse. I mean, close enough of an angle to each other for a workhorse. So we'll do the other 2 legs here, and then we'll do a couple cross braces, and that should be it. These screws, last 2 for the legs. The legs are at an angle, so this seems straight, but we're going to go straight through, so we're straight into the board like that. So sometimes it pays off to go straight on and then tilt up. And these are not pre-drilled, just going straight through. That's the 4 legs. So it looks like straight on. So not bad. And we're going to try and add some bracing if I have enough wood. Let's check. Okay, so I put these braces on here. I'm not going to cut them off because I feel like they could be useful, the ends, for something, maybe breaking my shins as I work. But I just put 1 screw each into here, and same on that side. And it's good. It's good. A lot of strength going down, pressing down. I'm not sure about side to side, but I mean, it's not going to collapse if I push on it or anything sideways. And I'm a big guy. It seems as though it can take my weight, so yeah, I think it should be all right.